developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So individual carbon footprint tracker.
This equation has 4 factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to 0. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to 0. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to 0.
We recognize different ages for different purposes. We recognize 18 for the draft. We recognize 16 for driving in some states. We recognize 21 for drinking. So we recognize different ages for different purposes. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Could I have a second to engage that?
Certainly. I'll yield to the gentleman from Kentucky.
Would the chairman join me in co-sponsoring a bill to raise the draft age to 21?
No.
But the chairman feels that their brains aren't fully formed at 18, 19, and 20.
The research does indicate that in certain respects, but the Selective Service needs, I mean, if the country needs people, it needs people.
It needs people who...
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to Let's be clear. I hear it all the time. Cumulative deficit reduction, pay for the programs many times over.
Lucifer, come here.
And of course, I just did all of that without a freaking microphone. Go figure. What a boomer. Son of a gun. So, welcome back to another night of Stick with Koolfrogg. AmericaShirts said he'd be here in a few seconds. Oh my Lord. That's just ridiculous. So, let's say hi to everybody once more. I see Midge Fidget showed up early. If she comes back, we'll say hi to her again, maybe. Jessica, glad you're here. Tonic, Jean, Rose, Ash. Got such an awesome following. That's great. Thank you all so much for being here. Prepping, I seen your message earlier. Being that AmericaShirts is actually going to be here in a few moments, let's set something up. We'll actually either do something sometime with just the 3 of us or something either this week or next week, depending on your availability. Who else is here? Everybody's talking to each other. So glad that somebody actually said it looks like he showed up by himself. Yep. Thanks, Gene. Koolfrogg is a boomer. I totally seriously dismissed that totally. It's so upsetting. There was like a whole good minute or two of me actually talking, and it absolutely got nowhere. No, I hear you prepping. I hear you. Like I said, maybe we'll set something up here within the next day or so if you're available, and we can actually just do that as opposed to doing news, whatever. We can just hold a conversation with you. Let's go, AmericaShirts. Everybody start chanting for him. He'll show up. I don't want to go too far because really don't have a whole bunch because I wasn't assuming to go on that long anyway myself. There you go. There it is. Shirts. 48 minutes last night. What was 48 minutes? Is that we went longer than that, didn't we? What was 48 minutes? Is that as long as he lasted? Couldn't stick around any longer? Is that what's going on? Shirts has moved to Canada. Remember, he became Canadian. Oh. So that gives him the reason to be late. I mean, you can call him late Shirts, or you could call him something else. How long it took Shirts to show up last night? Yeah, I know, right? And he was the one that actually messaged me like 2 hours before and said, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a show together. Let's set this up." Tell him that the show starts an hour early. Watch, he would actually be on time. And be like, there you go, Gene. Anybody that still has a grifty left, because you get so many votes on that or whatever, make sure you go hit up and push Nick Ricada to actually get there. Because why not? I think I still have a couple votes left on there. Like, you get a vote every day. Fatal error. Really? There he is.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
What about me?
Well, it was only 10 minutes. Your link didn't bring me anywhere. I don't know if that was a bad link, Gene, or if that was something else. But yeah, it totally brought me absolutely nowhere.
Hello,
Voting
one and
for
all.
Grifties. Don't forget to vote for the Grifties.
It is I, the Great.
It is I, the Great.
Right, the Great.
As far as that goes, I did do some research for today and actually have. Oh, there it is. I could go vote for him again today. Vote him up. Who the heck is this person that's in front of him? Chile de Castro? Whoever that person is, that's ridiculous that Nick can't beat him out. So, anyway, let's see here. What do we got? Right off the bat. Here you go. Liz Truss. She is UK's next prime minister.
Oh, she won.
Yep, she won. She did win. That is for sure. Oh, yeah, I suppose I can turn a camera on. Maybe. There it is. Wasn't even that. Oh, it's just. Just scrap the whole show, start over from nothing. I'm just kidding. The first 2 minutes of me talking or whatever, saying hi to everybody, my microphone was off.
Whoops.
So, yeah, oops.
That's never happened before.
I was feeling a little weird with just the logo. Yeah, I suppose you were. It was just, we just boomer through the night, no big deal. No problems. Hold on here. My camera off angle. The hell? Stupid. Okay, let's bring the screen back. Oh, we don't want that one. What in the world is going on? Anyway,
I don't know.
Liz Truss is UK's next prime minister. She actually gets sworn in tomorrow, or I suppose it's today over there. So it says Britain's Conservative Party has announced that the new leader is Liz Truss, who has served as foreign minister for the past 12 months. She will be formally appointed as the next prime minister by Queen Elizabeth, likely on Tuesday afternoon. Like I said, she is what it is. We were talking about this earlier on Michael Malloy's show, and it seems as though if you talk to people that are from in the UK, they seem to not really care for this lady. They think that she's a hack and she just not the best thing. We kind of were looking at her. If you look at the picture, kind of Hillary-esque, type looking. Kind of.
I don't see that.
You don't see
I mean,
it?
I don't know anything about the two people that were sort of, quote unquote, more conservative leaning that were in the run for the prime minister. But I only heard bad things from both of them.
Oh, sure. I'm going to bring that back up. Bring it up a different way here so I can just go from tab to tab. So, I mean, like I said, it's not. There's quite a few people that were from over there that were in that chat that were complaining. They're like, she's not the right person for the job. She's this, that, and the other. It says that she's the leader of the Conservative Party. As far as that goes, trusting anybody these days can be kind of ridiculous. Now, this is what caught my eyes. Is I went over and I found the Wikipedia page earlier, and I was looking at it. So now look at her in this picture. Look at the earrings, triangle earrings with this big hoop necklace, right? Now look at this. Same triangle earrings with this big weird hoop necklace. It's really weird. It's like, who wears the same jewelry over and over again? Don't you usually have more than one set of jewelry that you kind of wear with different outfits? Or
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's something like a family heirloom type of thing. She wears it like as either a luck charm or like a, something of that nature when there's official things and whatnot. Reminds her of somebody else in her family past. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I could be totally wrong. Maybe it is 24 karat gold. I mean, it could be, but that doesn't mean you wear it every day.
Well, she probably doesn't wear it every day. But maybe she does. I don't know.
I think she does. I think she does. I think she wears it every day. That's the point of the talk. I'm just kidding. Let's move on. Either way, she's the new prime minister. She'll most likely be sworn in, within the next 24 hours. And there's going to be an awful lot of apparently
Wouldn't it
angry
take longer
people.
than that? Or is it that quick that they do it?
It sounded like they were going to do it this Tuesday. So which would be, if it's Tuesday, there already. Because they're, 7 hours, 5 hours off of your time. If it's already Tuesday for you, right?
Allegedly, yes.
Okay. Allegedly. Come on now. We know you're in the East Coast.
Who said
I
that?
Oh, believe me, we've said that. We've said that several times. I'll just dox you straight out, bro.
I don't recall.
What?
No
I
one
can't
knows where my bat
confirm.
cave is.
What up, Tony G? How's it going, man? Or Boros? Good to see you, man. Glad you're here.
Yellow.
Lady Lieber's in the house. Mimsy. We got some fun people showing up. Awesome. Up to 26. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. So as you can see, this next article, this is U.S. angers China by announcing $1.1 billion in arms sales to Taiwan. Oh, really? We're just going to go up, go. Here you go. Here's $1.1 billion.
Of arms.
Koolfrogg, when did you become the fashion police? I'm not the fashion police by any means whatsoever. I just so happened to notice it, and I thought it was really strange.
He's a part of the fashion Yahtzee party. He's not the police. He's just a member of the party, you know.
Prepping. Get fucked, China. Sit and spin. Yeah, exactly, bro. This one, like, why the hell is China, I mean, why are we giving Taiwan 1.1 billion? What do we have to do with Taiwan or the island of China? I mean, really, when it comes down to it, it's just like, wait a minute here. Why are we doing this? So then, here, let's read some of this real quick. This is the U.S. State Department has approved a potential 1.1 billion sale to military equipment to Taiwan. There's the word potential, so we have to actually think about that. It might go up, including 60 anti-ship missiles, 100 air-to-air missiles, and China threatening to take countermeasures. Of course they're going to threaten to take countermeasures. If we go and we send this kind of might to them, anything that's going to destroy anything that's theirs, they're going to be very upset. They're going to be wanting to, they're going to want to do whatever they can to stop us from doing it and cause war. Dang well, we've been talking about this for a while. About this island of Taiwan actually being, something that they actually have been wanting for a long time. This isn't anything new. So this is the Pentagon announced the package on Friday in the wake of China's aggressive military drills around Taiwan following the visit to the island last month. U.S. House Representative Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the highest-ranking U.S. official to travel to Taipei in years. The sale includes Sidewinder missiles, which can be used for air-to-air surface missions at a cost of $85.6 million. Harpoon anti-ship missiles at an estimated $355 million. Cost to support for Taiwan's surveillance radar program for an estimated $665.4 million. How much money are we going to send them? I really don't see that 1.1 being enough. How many billions did we send over to Ukraine? Was it 200? Something like that. Quite a few billions of dollars. And they're thinking that just 1.1 billion is going to take care of this, take care of China, hold them off from from taking this tiny little island in the middle of the ocean or the sea, whatever. I really don't see this happening very easily. I think there's going to be more issues. International news. I found this one kind of interesting. This is Russia bans Sean Penn, Ben Stiller, and more U.S. senators from entering the country. So they're actually going to the point where they're like, nah, if you had anything to do with Ukraine at all, they're going after you and they're banning you from entering their country. I dare them to try entering this country at any point in time. This is not going to look good. This pretty much they're just telling you, F off. We don't want you here. It just found it very interesting. Like I said, this is going to be a short night. I know it would be. AmericaShirts, you with me?
Now I am.
Okay. Here you go. U.S. military flies 2 nuclear-capable B-52H Stratofortresses over the Middle East. Oh, we're just going to go take off and go fly over the Middle East because with these nuclear-capable flying fortresses. These things are massive. So the U.S. military flew 2 nuclear-capable B-52H Stratofortresses over the Middle East on Sunday alongside Allied aircraft from the Air Forces in UK, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, U.S. Central Command. It is the 4th Bomber Task Force mission so far this year, and it comes to increased tensions with Iran, which attempted to seize multiple U.S. sea drones that were operating in international waters last week. We covered that. We went over them actually taking those sea drones. And now all of a sudden we're like, okay, here we go. Let's run another mission real quick. You can see how big this one is compared to all these other jets that we have, out there. Thing's massive. And they're just going to go take off with a couple of them. Who cares how much it takes to fuel that up and just run a bare bones mission without letting something off. The Bomber Task Force is a strong, clear representation of enduring U.S. commitment in the region. Threats of the U.S. and our partners will not go unanswered. Missions like the BTF showcase our ability to combine forces to deter and, if necessary, defeat our adversaries. So it's not going to go well. So we're interjecting in and spending money, giving it to the island of China. We're going to fly fortresses over the top of Iran, and we're ready, funding this war in Ukraine. So if all of that being said, when is World War III starting? I would almost think it sounds like it's already starting. It's been going on for a while now. How long have you been in Ukraine? It said something like 193 days now? We've been there for a while. And it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop anytime soon whatsoever. Way too much already committed? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there you go. These two, 10 dead, 15 others hospitalized in this Saskatchewan stabbing spree. It sounded like one of these guys is actually found, and he was actually found dead. Here's the other article to go along with that. It was in another tab. Let's see if I can't get this up in here. There you go. One of the 2 men sought in Canada stabbing attacks is found dead. So, I mean, these guys had actually gone through and actually stabbed and killed 10 people, injuring 15 others. This is one of the 2 suspects in the stabbing in Canada who killed 10 people, has been found dead. The body of Damian Sanderson, 31, was found in James Smith Cree Nation in Saskatchewan at 11:30 a.m. So the Assistant Commissioner Rhonda Blackmore, Commanding Officer of Saskatchewan Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Sanderson and Miles Sanderson, his brother, were named as suspects in the stabbings of 10 people that occurred Sunday. Miles Sanderson, 30, may be injured, but that was not been confirmed. We do not want the public to know that this is as there is a possibility he may seek medical attention. It does not mean that he's not still dangerous. Yeah, absolutely, totally dangerous. They just seriously, these 2 guys, looks like one of them is still out there being searched for. This guy on the right of the screen is still the guy that's out there being searched for. They're still looking for him.
Are they native-born Canadians, or are they?
That's my thought. Is that
Immigrants.
they're actually native-born Canadians, and they're actually. Anyway, whatever. Who went out and killed 10 people, injuring 15 others in a stabbing spree. Very interesting how they, how how that actually works. You can go and you can actually ban certain things, like, guns, whatever. This is what happens when you do that. As opposed to, you're not going to stop people from doing things. You listen to the loser.
Oh, God.
Oh, you can't hear it, can you?
No.
Okay, we're not going to listen to it. I'm really, seriously, this is like, I knew the show wasn't going to last very long. Hey, Vicky, how's it going? Glad you're here. Midnight Toker, awesome. Good to see you. Like I said, this is going to go quick because we're already moving across certain things. Here you go. WEF warns of cyber attack leading the systemic collapse of global financial system. Ooh. November of 2020, the World Economic Forum and Carnegie Endowment of International Peace co-produced a report that warned that global financial systems was increasingly vulnerable to cyber attacks. Advisors of the group that produced the report included representatives of the Federal Reserve, Bank of England, the International Monetary Fund, Wall Street giants such as JP Morgan, and Silicon Valley behemoths such as Amazon. The ominous report was published just months after the World Economic Forum had conducted a simulation of just such an event, a cyber attack that brings a global financial system to its knees in partnership with Russia's largest bank, which is due to jumpstart that country's economic transformation by launching its own central bank-backed digital currency. As recently as last Tuesday, the largest information sharing organization of the financial industry, the Financial Services Information Sharing Analysis Center, whose known members include the Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup, warned that nation-state hackers and cyber criminals had poised to jointly attack the global financial system. The CEO of this organization had previously given the same warning, which was published by the World Economic Forum Carnegie Endowment report. Such coordinated simulations and warnings from these two dominant and current alien financial systems are obviously a cause for concern,
Oh,
particularly
by the way,
given
do you know who the Carnegie Endowment basically is? It's basically the CIA.
Oh.
And other intelligence organizations and so forth. So, it's like,
it's
so
World
like all
Economic
these
Forum
rogue
and-
groups are going to do this, but like, the Carnegie Endowment, the one who is like been the puppeteers
It is a very
of a lot of
interesting
these
article.
intelligence
Anybody who
organizations.
wants any of these articles, please let me know.
Oh, by the way, we were going to play a little bit of Senior Justin Trudeau. I do have a little clip of him actually that's available to play.
Sure. Pop it up there. It is up there. Okay.
Popped up here. There,
There it is.
Invoking the Emergencies Act has been necessary. Law enforcement agencies relied on it to set up secured areas in downtown Ottawa and at border crossings. It prevented foreign money from continuing to fund illegal blockades, and it's making sure our borders remain open. It has been the responsible thing to do.
Well,
What's up, Dave? How you doing, dude?
A little bit of fun there, I sent that to Ash over at Twitter. She laughed. Or added her in Twitter, whatever the hell.
Sure. So then, anything else you wanted to say about the World Economic Forum?
Well, I mean, they are strategizing and they're planning, obviously, to try and shut things down. The cyber with a major cyber attack, and not saying that they're going to get everything that they want, but it seems like there are so many points that are coming to a head here in the mid-late fall when we're talking about inflation, when we're talking about there is an executive order signed by Biden, and we should go over this at some point, what is the executive order? Forget the number, but it's an executive order that says by December something or another, like before Christmas, sometime in December, that there will be a central bank digital currency enacted, and then of course the following year, or at least like it'll be official, and they'll put it forward, and then the as we played at some point in time, I think like a month, maybe 2 months ago at this point now, where the Treasury, or not the Treasury, the Federal Reserve, again, which is just as federal as Federal Express, has no involvement with the government. They said that we're going to be issuing a central bank digital currency by 2023. So they're moving forward with all this, and I'm not saying they're going to get everything they want, but they are marching ahead and they're marching forward. And again, Biden's speech, the red sermon, I mean, everything that was said there. By the way, I'm putting out a video on that on my Rumble, and I changed some things up with the Rumble, so I'll be moving that ahead with new links here, because other links. But anyway, but everything's coming to a head here. Everything's coming to a head. We've got the food shortages that have gone on because of the coup stuff, other supply chain shortages. We've got the diesel engine oil that's not going to be too much around unless, like I said, there's other people that have stores of it someplace that can keep it up and going for certain purposes. The infrastructure that Biden's taken a hold of, and destroyed almost halfway. You've got the border that's open. And all of these things are coming to a head in like the fall and the winter, all of the effects of all of this stuff. And then, of course, with that executive order coming into effect in December, them wanting to transition from using dollars to digital currencies over in that side, the other side of the year, the turn of the year. We all have to pay attention, as we talked about yesterday. And we all have to be aware and be awake. We all have to be prepared for things such as food shortages, power outages, other different things, and understand what's going on so that when they come on the TV and go, oh my golly, it's a MAGA person, or it's the Ruskies, or whoever, that we don't fall for the BS. And that we have some food that potentially we could be growing, some food. We know somebody else that's growing food. We have stored food ourselves. That's a big thing. If you know somebody with a well, if you have access to a spring for spring water, get into assets, get into silver, gold. Silver is the best by far. For anybody that doesn't have a lot of money, silver is the best. You can buy all kinds of silver. And this is not like financial advice or anything at all, but you can get silver rounds and they're like $20, $30, like $20 to $30 cheaper than if you were to get like a silver coin that was issued by the government. And there's ways to tell whether or not it's real or not when you get the coin. Like they have like little things where you can like grabbers, and there's like a instrument that you flick the coin, and the coin makes a certain frequency, a sound, and that's how you can tell that it's pure silver or any other metal for that matter. Gold has one too. You can do that with a gold coin. But silver by far is going to be the best bet for a lot of people that don't have a lot of money to be able to invest in. It's like around like $23 to $25 an ounce. And that's going to be your best bet to hedge any amount of money into some amount of wealth. And again, I'm not saying that they're going to get what they want, but at the very least, we're looking at the dollar tanking in value. So we got to look at all these vectors, people, and we got to be aware of what's going on. We got to be awake of what's going on. Again, the World Economic Forum people talking about power outage stuff. We've got the executive order signed on for digital currencies, and then the Federal Reserve announced 2023 they're going to come out with it. We're talking food shortages. We're talking supply chain shortages. All these different things. All these different things are coming to a head in the fall and in the winter of this year into next. So let us all be prepared. And what? Oh,
You see that?
Being
Prepping's like shirts is right about the silver being the best, but it is high price currently. Be aware. So yeah, you really have to kind of
yeah. I mean, you
pay
have to look.
attention to some of that.
It goes up and down. But yeah.
Real quick. Hello, Darth Hideous. I see you. Barton Bella's here as well. As looks like tranny fluid just come in the room. There was another short order cook. Good to see you.
And again, the reason that I say silver and precious metals things is because that's going to be the thing that you would need to buy, sell, and trade with. If, for example, they just simply say, "Oh, well, we're gonna turn off the value of your paper dollar, and unless you sign up for the digital, then your paper dollar is completely worthless now." And so now we're transitioning the value of the dollar into crypto, into a government crypto, into a government digital currency. But it's still going to be hyperinflated, right? You're still going to have that price that's hyperinflated. So even if they don't get that federal government crypto, whatever the hell, and by the way, there's a lot of chance that they don't get that because, I mean, that would require a lot of people signing up for it. And there's a lot of damn people that are going to say hell no to that. Right. So, I mean, so they're probably not going to get everything that they want, but it's going to cause a lot of upheaval financially because they probably, if Biden doesn't get impeached and these things don't start getting pushed forward with removing these people from office, we could see even more of a financial uneasiness going on. So that's why I say about like precious metals and things, but food and water are your top two to be investing your money in right now. Don't worry about the precious metals if you don't have your own food and water to live, like, but
you see Michael Hagan says copper.
Yeah, copper's good. Copper's good.
Right. Pay attention to what's out there, what you can actually.
Because I mean, like, it's different values, right? Like gold is more value, silver's mediocre value, copper's lower in value, and that allows you to be able to do different transactions and things in person with different people with coins and such. There's such thing as junk silver that you can also get. That's fairly good, I would imagine. I needed a little bit more looking into that. But I mean, it's government issued and it's old. It's junk silver. It's like it's old. It's old coins that used to use silver rather than the zinc that's inside of coins nowadays. So, anywho's, I'm not trying to black pill anybody. I'm just saying, and there is no black pilling at all going on here. You have to be awake. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. You don't have to be afraid. You just have to look and be like, okay, there's crap probably going to come down the road here. Let's prepare a little bit. And I was looking at some of this stuff yesterday as well, last evening, and it was brought to my attention. And I was like, oh, I forgot about that executive order thing. And so that's kind of what brought up. And then like the power outage thing that the WEF was talking about there, you brought up the article. So just be aware, be prepared. Let's Talk Prepping's got a whole channel, hop on over there to them. Right. He's got lots of good stuff. Plenty of ways to grow food. There's stuff all over the internet, how to grow different things in small spaces so you can have some food to supplement yourself with someone else growing it or buying it a little more locally, or whenever the food shipments would happen to come into you, if those things start to dial down, which it kind of looks like it is. So in my opinion, it's not like it's total collapse scenario, but it's definitely degraded economy to the point that you might not see the food come into your town or your city or wherever until like the third week or like the last week in the month or something. And then finally the truck rolls into town and you get some food in the store, or maybe a couple of trucks. I don't know, so just be on the lookout. Just be aware, be awake when they talk about things. It's like the Biden speech, right? Like you've got to look at that and be awake and aware, like, okay, they're going to stir up some crap. They're going to try to do some false flags. They're going to try to blame MAGA for something that they did. And we have to be aware of that. And you have to tell everybody else this. And we have to, be aware. Just be awake, be aware. Keep your eyes open. And you don't have to freak out. Nobody's asking you to freak out or black pill. Let's just look around you. Just be aware. Just keep things in mind, right? It's like when you're driving a car, right? It's like, you just don't want to like freestyle and do donuts the whole way down the road. Like, you have to be awake. You have to be aware. There's the line. There's the yellow line. There's the, white line. There's the guardrail. There's the whatever, right? There's the other vehicle. If I'm going to turn, I got to pay attention. You just have to be aware. You just got to be awake. You just got to live in reality and be aware these things, could pop up. And though they might not get everything they want, it's still going to cause a lot of crap to go down. It's still a lot of crap that's going to happen. So you just have to be prepared for shortages of different kinds, the occasional power outage that lasts for maybe a couple of weeks or something, food not coming into town, gasoline not being able to come into town for a while, right? Like, just keep those things in mind. So, anywho, that's like a generalization there. But yeah, just be aware, be awake, and look what's going on in front of you, and just prepare yourself.
Yeah. So, all that being said, I hope everybody was listening to what he was actually saying there. Lots of good information. As far as that goes, let's kind of move on to the next. Now, this is not about the speech that he gave last week. This is a speech that he actually gave today. This is, I'm speaking of Joe Biden.
Oh my God.
He did actually have a speech today. Where he actually comes up. It was very disturbing. It says, as I said last week, we remain in the battle for the soul of America.
Just as mental and demonic as the one before.
So then Biden told the crowd before being interrupted by a heckler. The audience booed the heckler, but Biden told them, let the heckler go. Let him go. Look, everybody's entitled to be an idiot, okay? Everybody, including himself, is entitled to be an idiot.
Yes.
He usually went out and he actually, said this about the heckler.
And even though Joe Biden is entitled to identify himself as a potato, he's not aware that he is a potato. So we identify him as a potato for him. So,
right.
Which we have the right to do, and he would if he was aware that he was a potato.
So then, because we listened to everything last night, is the reason why I'm not actually just listening to what he had to actually say, and I'm just going to read it. Just at one point during the speech, Biden issued a warning about extreme MAGA Republicans in Congress, full of anger, violence, hate, and division. The comments come directly from the speech he made last week called The Battle of the Soul. For the soul of the nation, speaking then from Independence National Historic Park in downtown Philadelphia, Biden warned the nation that MAGA Republicans were threatening the very foundations of our republic. So now that he's actually come out and he's actually said this stuff last week, he's going to continue to come out and he's going to continue to actually say the same stuff that he had been saying. Why?
Again, notice he says good. Finish it.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. I notice he says MAGA forces, like it's a military force, right. This whole, like I said, I'm going to have a whole video and I need to give you the new links for this. So go on. I forgot about that. I got to do that here.
Oh, no. Yeah. I see that I still have an old link for you on the Rumble side. We'll have to actually get that out to you so that you guys can actually see the proper links for him. He's changed a few things. I believe you can still find him if you put AmericaShirts. Right? Can still find you though. Oh, okay. So this continues.
Sorry, it was on mute. Yeah. You can still find me there. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a different. I do have a different link. So I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna post it in the chat a couple of times here, and then I'm gonna post it in the private here for you to do whatever you'd wish to, and I'll post to you later if you can't do anything with it now.
No,
So.
throw one at me in Discord, so
Okay.
that way I can actually use it correctly and get this updated down here, because you can see I have your Rumble on that, so I can actually update that correctly. To continue the article real quick, it says MAGA forces are determined to take the country backwards to America, where there's no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception. He repeated himself. He goes out and he repeats that pretty much everything that he had said the other day. That was a big talking point. So not that other politicians that are out in this world don't repeat themselves, because most of them do. Most of them have those specific talking points, and that's where they actually go off of, and that's what they actually do. Damn flies. So disturbing. Anyway, he's not the only one that actually held a speech this weekend or over the last few days. This weekend we also had Donald Trump actually share something. We're not going to listen to a big long speech from him either. It says Trump rally in Pennsylvania was a major gift to Democrats, ex-GOP rep. And this is former Republican Representative Charlie Dent said that Donald Trump gave Democrats a major gift ahead of the midterm elections by holding a rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday. The former president attended the rally in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, a stump for the Republican candidates that he has endorsed, including Mehmet Oz and Doug Mastriano, who are both in competitive races in November. The celebrity physician is running for the U.S. Senate, while Mastriano is running for governor. During the rally, Trump took at the Department of Justice and the FBI, which raided his Mar-a-Lago, Florida residence last month in search for the classified documents. He called the raid one of the most shocking abuses of power by an administration in American history. An enemy. He also called Joe Biden an enemy of the state. In an interview with CNN on Saturday, Dent said that he is not sure that the former President Trump did anyone any good with that speech tonight. Just by showing up in Pennsylvania, he is making the election much more about himself. And of course, most Republican candidates don't want anything to do with Donald Trump in his general election. They want this to be about Joe Biden and the Democrats. The former Pennsylvania lawmaker and CNN political commentator said, and to the extent Trump inserts himself into the conversation, he's giving the Democrats a major gift right now. And that's what we're witnessing in Pennsylvania.
It seems, Kim, that the country is hopelessly polarized. President Trump is up in Wilkes-Barre, as you indicated. He's up there, criticizing the FBI. And I have to be honest with you, any member of Congress funded with classified material, I can assure you that the G-Man, somebody from the FBI, would have showed up at their homes and demanded that they return
are you sure?
that information. So I'm not so sure that the
yeah, I'm with you, Barbara Vance. It says Newsweek.
With that speech tonight, just by showing up in Pennsylvania, he is making the election much more about himself. And of course, most Republican candidates don't want anything to do with Donald Trump in this general election. They want this to be about Joe Biden and the Democrats. To the extent Trump inserts himself into this conversation, he's giving the Democrats a major gift right now. And that's what we're witnessing in Pennsylvania. Mehmet Oz and Doug Mastriano were there. Mehmet Oz must be anywhere near Donald Trump in this fall election. It doesn't do him any good. He's doing swing voters and independents and Democrats. It's hard to do that when Trump is, really just playing and pandering to the base.
So he's just pandering to the base because, absolutely nobody else is interested in anything else. They're just looking at it and they'll be like, oh, yeah, Trump said this. And, he's just pandering to his base. He doesn't care about the independents. He doesn't care about the Democrats. He doesn't care about any other group that's out there. He totally does. He totally does. Newsweek kind of fucked up with this one. I really don't like the article, but at the same time, I felt it was necessary to actually hit on this particular because this guy that comes out and says, "Oh, he's just pandering to his base and he's not paying attention to anybody else," is totally false and incorrect. He's been targeting everybody for the longest time, and if you're not catching that, something wrong with you. AmericaShirts? Okay. He popped in here for a second and then popped back out, so I don't know what's going on. I was sharing that screen, right? Just gonna boomer through the whole night. Screw it. Why not?
You calling me a boomer?
No, me.
Oh, well,
I'm calling
okay,
myself a boomer. Did I even show that screen?
Yeah, you had that screen up.
Okay. I was gonna say, so I'm like, did I not show the screen? Did I just go and say a bunch of shit that made no sense whatsoever? Like
Barbara, it says Oz wouldn't be there if Trump didn't back him. Yeah.
I agree.
And Oz is on stage with Trump now. So, like, I don't know. He just, like, goes back and forth with this shit. I mean, he's better than their Democrat, I guess. So, like, let's hope that...
Maybe. Potentially.
Let's hope that his tie to Trump is still there enough to where, because, I mean, he's basically sacrificed his television career for this. I mean, unless they put him on, like, some Fox Nation something or another, he's pretty much done so because he's run as a Republican. So his whole rest of his career is going to have to be either in politics or some sort of commentary or his own subscription thing or whatever. So let's hope that he kind of sees that and feels bound to do what he kind of is claiming that he's going to do. So anywho's,
this fly in my freaking room is pissing me off right now.
I'll just eat it.
Yeah, right?
I mean, you're a frog, just eat it.
Oh, nice. No,
Oh, and also eat the bugs. Eat the bugs. It's the bugs. Anyway.
Awesome. So, Shorter Cook, I seen your email. That's awesome. Thanks, bro. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of white. And he says there's not so much white overhang on this one. Good to see. Good to see. Oops. You know what? I should have just skipped the night. We won't do that to y'all. We'll stick around for a little while. So here's a woke CNN staffers panic as new pro-Trump chief begins network purge. Ooh, what? CNN ratings have been steadily declining and changes are being made at the network. In July, Fox News swept the cable news ratings, finishing as the most watched network in prime time, and for total day among both total viewers and adults 25 to 54, the key demographic group valued by advertisers. Fox was the only cable network to see an increase year over year in total day ratings, with an average audience of 1.35 million viewers, up 13%. MSNBC was the second overall, go figure, and CNN finished third. Last February, CNN had a very bad month in which Jeff Zucker resigned under pressure after a continuing investigation into primetime anchor Chris Cuomo's unethical behavior. After that, primetime was down nearly 70% in the ratings. Also, CNN has been notoriously liberal-leaning in its delivery of the news. Looking at the ratings, it is apparent what viewers want. It is obvious that more nonpartisan in news reporting, the more viewers seem to like it and tune in more often. Inside CNN, there's been a decisive effort to become more middle of the road on politics. CNN wants to be middle of the road on politics? Sure they do. Are they sure they don't want to just be part of the paid opposition? But the talent who are known for their left-leaning politics seem to be disappearing. This is creating a panic among CNN employees who felt safe in the network, known for its liberal takes and stories. Daily Wire reported that the panic comes after CNN parted ways with hard left White House correspondent John Harwood this week following hyper-partisan remarks in the Harwood, including a tweet in which Harwood claimed Biden's assertions that Trump and the extremist Republicans pose a threat to American democracy is undeniably true. During the 2016 presidential campaign, Harwood reached out to Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, John Podesta, and asked him, "What should I ask Jeb?" The Hill noted that the time that Jeb Bush, at the time of the email was sent, was the leading Republican contender to take on Clinton. Warner Brothers Discovery canceled CNN's new subscription streaming service, CNN Plus, earlier this year after it experienced significant struggles in attracting an audience. Even though other streaming services were doing well, CNN Plus was canceled abruptly after the short period. Warner Brothers Discovery has been in the midst of trimming costs and laying off staffers since their merger. Harvard's departure came the weeks after former CNN Reliable Sources host Brian Stelter recorded his last show and exited the network. Stelter's exit reportedly came in the behest of CNN's chief Chris Leaked, who took over the network in February after Jeff Zucker's exit. Licht, which has reportedly been driving CNN toward adopting a more nonpartisan stance. I really just don't see how they're actually going to do this, how they're going to actually get themselves out of this hole. If they, it doesn't matter how much what they say. I really don't see it happening.
Yeah, you know.
People are freaked out. It almost feels like there's a pattern. Is there a purge going on? They seem to be sending a message. Watch what you say. Watch what you do. Longtime CNN personalities are disappearing, and the viewers don't know why. Oh, we know why. We totally know why.
Yeah, the viewers probably don't. They're all dumbasses or bored airport people. Like, well, where the hell did that frikazoid go off to?
That's right. Exactly. Anybody that is actually watching these guys is stop watching them. Stop paying attention to CNN.
You're frying your brain. It's not healthy.
If you want to fry your brain, why don't you just go smoke some pot or something? You know,
stick your head in a microwave.
Not a doctor tell you to do it, but at the same time, holy shit.
I think the doctors should probably prescribe like not watching CNN for brain health. I think that's probably a thing that should be done. Allegedly in Minecraft, of course, because we're on YouTube. Because you can't say things like that, I guess. So, anyway,
in Minecraft, always in Minecraft. Everything.
Of course.
Think about that first. But as far as that goes, it sounds like they want to take it in a new direction, try being nonpartisan. I don't see CNN being able to do that. Like they said, they're having problems finding anybody that wants to do the journalism the way they want it anyway. So just close up shop like you did with CNN Plus. Go away. We don't need you. There's plenty of news sources.
Go away now. That's all we got for today. Go away now. Well, not us, CNN, I mean, folks, CNN Plus lasted literally 3 weeks. I mean, for the love of God, all the rest of these failing streaming platforms have lasted, I don't know, like maybe 1,000 times longer than that. Like,
right?
And again, where's Chris Wallace? Hello, Chris Wallace. Where are you? You thought it was so great to, bash Trump and MAGA people and conservative Republicans and, and then leave your Fox News show because Fox News had like Tucker Carlson and that offended you. So, you decided to leave, not necessarily defending, Fox News, but, hey, Tucker. And so it's like, oh, yeah, so he's going to leave. And then he's going to go to CNN and he thinks that he's going to drag all of his audience over there. And then, whoops, ends up in the janitor's closet. Oh, well. Either that or the witness protection program of some kind, whatever the hell that is.
So then here's this. It says unearthed clip completely exposes top January 6th committee member. Oh, what?
The court has been thwarting formation of the popular will, the most spectacular example being Bush versus Gore, where the majority, by a 5-4 vote, enjoined the counting of more than 100,000 ballots in Florida and essentially gave America its first court-appointed president.
Oh. Incredible work by the RNC.
Not a new thing,
Finds
folks.
a 2003 clip of Jamie Raskin saying that there's over 2,000, that the 2000 presidential election. Oh, really? Oops. We have no clue. We're not saying anything. We're not suggesting anything. We're just reading.
Oh,
news.
no. Never.
Okay, so apparently that next the next little clip in there, whatever, has been switched back over to Twitter again. Really hate when they do this shit. You're gonna give me an article, and then they're gonna take it and they're gonna be like, well, if you want to watch it, you gotta go watch it over on Twitter. Here you go. Here's the next clip. It's a 10 minutes. I don't know if we're gonna make it through the whole 10 minutes because we'll probably just go through a few of it.
You can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
Oh, whoops. By the way, we're not suggesting that anybody actually stole any election whatsoever. Joe Biden is the most popular president with the most votes ever.
How can you win with Russian interference, though?
That's the real
what I'm
thing.
scared about in 2020.
But rightly.
Because I think he's an illegitimate president that didn't really win. So how do you fight against that in 2020?
You are absolutely right.
He's an illegitimate president in my mind.
Would you be my vice presidential candidate? Folks, look, I absolutely agree.
Trump didn't actually win the election in 2016. He lost the election, and he was put in office because the Russians interfered.
Trump knows he's an illegitimate president.
The president-elect, although legally elected, is not legitimate.
I don't see this president-elect as a legitimate president.
You said you believe.
Oh, man. So there's a whole 10 minutes of this, of different people suggesting that something actually happened. I couldn't imagine that that would actually be true at all whatsoever.
Oh, but
why would
see,
anybody think so?
But again, in the speech, Biden says, if you disagree with things about electionings, if you disagree with that, then you're a terrorista. But if you don't accept them, I mean, he literally said this. If you don't accept them, then you are also a terrorista. So, like, Heil to the Roman salute thing. To the Dems.
Oh. So then off of that thought, here, let's share this screen here.
Fascists.
I found it a little interesting that there's so many articles about this kind of stuff today. Look at that. It says anyone who disagrees with the majority is by definition an extremist. She straight out says it in her little speech. What is this actually? We don't want that. So it says apparently if you disagree with the agenda of President Joe Biden and the Democrats, you are by definition an extremist. That is the words of the White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who speaks for the White House. She is asked about the president's divisive speech last week and what is considered an extremist, and her answer is stunning.
And again, we see majority of Americans who disagree. And so when you are not with where majority of Americans are, then, that is extreme. That is an extreme way of thinking.
That is an extreme way of thinking. Oh, really? So that's what we're going to go
By
off.
the way, the majority of Americans are with us, so F you.
You extremist!
And by the way, even if they weren't, that's still not a definition. So.
Yeah, we're at an hour. Ooh.
That is a fascist definition. That's what totalitarian freaks say. So. Oh, there you go, Ouroboros. Yeah, you don't know what the majority of Americans think. Nope, that she does not. That is, if it is a she, or if it is not a she. I don't know. I think she identifies as just the word clown. I think that's what she identifies as.
There was some decently. There's something that actually happened today that we found was fairly interesting. That was the Eliza Fletcher case or whatever. She was actually found.
I have no clue. I haven't been following any of that.
Oh, you
I've
didn't
seen
watch
Expert.
You didn't watch it. I was going to say, if you didn't watch the Expert tonight, make sure you check out Expert. He actually did a fairly in-depth conversation about the Eliza Fletcher case. We can kind of read an article on it if you're interested. I figured you had watched the Expert yourself.
No, I haven't. I haven't been able to do that.
Did you want to go through this a little bit?
I mean, we whatever. I mean, I don't have any. I'm not going to have any thoughts on it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
And that's why I kind of like, I don't know if you're going to have any thoughts on it whatsoever. Anyway, everything else that I had was pretty much just the random news. It's a very slow news day because today was a holiday. So as far as that goes,
yeah, I almost forgot about it. I was like,
you forgot that it was a holiday.
Yes.
It was Labor Day.
I mean, not until now, but when I woke up today, I was like, I wasn't thinking about it as a holiday. And I was like, oh wait, it is a holiday.
So this particular type of people was actually taken out today during an intense gun battle.
Pet groomers.
Yeah, pet groomers of sorts. There's some interesting article. This is the notorious person was shot dead by police over the weekend during an intense gun battle in the streets of Milwaukee. 47-year-old Ernest Terrell Blackney, who pleaded guilty to child charges, was killed at the conclusion of a high-speed car chase. Police were pursuing Blackney after he allegedly killed his ex-girlfriend and fled. That particular incident took place just a few days after the judge blocked prosecutors from keeping Blackney behind bars until his sentencing hearing for those child charges. The man that was killed is identified as Blackney by the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office. He was wanted on charges related to the slaying of his ex-girlfriend, including first-degree reckless homicide, attempted mutilation of a corpse, armed robbery, possession of a firearm by a felon, felony bail jumping, and false imprisonment. The shootout with law enforcement officers happened at the conclusion of a car chase. The Milwaukee Journal Sentinel reported the chase started in the south side and ended in the downtown area. Last year, Blackney was charged with second-degree assault of a child and raping of a 13-year-old. He pled guilty to the charge last month and was awaiting sentencing. However, he was freed in bail by Milwaukee County Circuit Court. Why this man was freed on bail at any point in time is ridiculous. It's so disgusting and ridiculous. Nobody should ever be able to get out ever again. I don't get why they just keep on doing what they're doing. So then it doesn't really show anything. It just, you can hear it. You can hear what is actually happening. Very disturbing. You can see he's being chased.
Jiminy Christmas. That's a lot of fireworks.
Nothing like lighting the guy up. It's seriously, I mean, if the guy still walked away from any of that, that would have been amazing. Eh, Maybe not the best justice for him or whatever, because he should have actually sat for what he had done, and being, maybe taken care of by other inmates as opposed to being taken out by the police. But that's what happens. Fuck around and find out. That's pretty much how I feel about it. It was ridiculous and very disturbing. Like I said, I just got some random articles that are through the end of this year, whatever. We're not going to go very much longer, as you can tell. So this is 47 were shot and 9 were killed over Memorial Day weekend shootings across Chicago. This is the wrong one. There was a bunch of shootings over this weekend, this Labor Day weekend, not Memorial Day. Why did I have this one? What the hell? Okay. Where did the other one go? Not the article that I had. There was a very lengthy amount of people that had actually been shot and or killed through Chicago, just like there was in Memorial Day. It just seems like whenever there's a holiday, there's just so much dangerousness that's happening. And it's very disturbing, to say the least.
Yeah, the other thing Barton Bella was saying in the chat, the special master was granted to Trump by a judge. And I had not read up on all of that today, but I did see that.
I mean, I just didn't do enough research for the day to actually get up enough articles for y'all. Sorry, it's kind of a lame day. I'm going to see if I can't actually find the correct article.
I'll share this in the meantime here. Steve Bannon was swatted again today.
Oh,
see if I can. Okay, you see the.
Yep,
yeah, there, and then it says in this fourth time that Bannon has been swatted, which is described as a criminal harassment tactic of deceiving an emergency service into sending a police or emergency service response team to another person's address. Bannon was swatted once in July while live on air, and his DC home was swatted earlier this week after police received reports of a shooting. Bannon exclusively told the Post Millennial that the SWAT came from a New York City number. Quote, "The War Room seconds John Paul Jones. We have not yet begun to fight," Bannon added. The statement refers to Captain John Paul Jones, a Scottish-American naval captain who was the U.S.'s first well-known naval commander in the American Revolutionary War. The statement that was made after a request to surrender. So, and there's that. Yeah, and he was swatted another time earlier last week.
Which is ridiculous because he's not the only one that's actually been swatted in the last, few whatever. Marjorie Taylor Greene was actually swatted several times after the first time that she was actually swatted. It's very scary and ridiculous that people are doing such a thing. Stop doing this to people. It's so dangerous.
But that's the whole point, isn't it? It's to, it's to have somebody hurt or killed. I mean, that's the intention.
So then here you go. Chicago shootings, 46 shot, 7 fatally, and Labor Day weekend violence across the city. Not too much different than what you actually just seen from the Memorial Day one, which is the reason why I had the wrong articles, because the numbers are so similarly close and very disturbing that people think that we should actually continue to create red tape laws and take away gun rights at any point in time, because this is exactly what happens when you do. more and more people are actually shot and killed from actually taking away guns than they are if you just allow people to carry guns. Because why? Because most of the people that were standing there most likely were unarmed. If even one of them was armed, that shooter would no longer have been able, or shootings would no longer be able to happen. It is what it is. And I had one other one that I thought was interesting and kind of terrifying at the same time. There's a video that was part of this. See if I can't get this video up. Okay, there it is. So,
oh, I have this video here. This is from Thursday when Bannon was swatted, Thursday evening. And he was live and he was swatted. And they're doing an interview with MTG here for Real America's Voice. And they're out there on the ground in Pennsylvania. And here's what Bannon and her has to say, and listen to her response.
So Marjorie, listen.
Steve, we're going to be praying for you. I just heard you got
no.
again.
Pray for our enemies. We don't need prayers. Our enemies need prayer.
I'm not backing off a single inch.
Wait. What was that?
We don't need prayers. Our enemies need prayer.
I'm not backing off a single inch.
Did you hear what she said? She said, fuck no. Like, you can't really hear it too much, but like you can see it in her lip.
For our enemies. We don't need prayers.
I posted this on Getter. I thought it was funny.
I'm not backing off a single inch.
Watch your face. She said it. Anyway.
Okay. Here you go. A very scary incident had occurred as this 50 feet drop injures about 15 people.
Oh.
So you can see that, right? Exactly. I'm like, oh.
Where's this at?
And you can actually, let's watch this first.
Whoa!
I'm like, whoa, holy man, you gotta be kidding me. And of course, the videos.
Yeah, I guess this one I'll
Video's gonna buffer out. So stupid.
It's not that one person, or it looked like a girl, like pop out of that, like her chair popped off the ride.
Right. Why is this buffering?
Like she was still fastened in, but she just like her chair just like popped off and like flew out. She hit her head.
Okay, let's see if I can't get that to come back up or whatever. I wanted to go back and actually show just the drop on it, but apparently that's not going to happen. So this is a New York Post. This is a carnival ride plummets 50 feet, terrifying moment caught on video. So this is music park in Punjab's Mali district. So this is not in the state.
It sounds like India. I thought it was India. I saw the design on the thing. That sounds like an Indian thing. course, maybe it's not. I don't know. The Hindustan Times reported, yeah, that definitely sounds like India. And of course, the Indian rides go to crap. They're not built properly.
And of course, it's going to buffer. It's not going to let me watch the video another time.
Oh, see you, Rose.
Yeah, we're just about done here anyway, Rose. You have a good one. See if I can't get that to work this time. It's about halfway through. So it's going to drop. It's going to drop fast. You can see people actually come flying out of it. I couldn't imagine actually being part of that at all. That would have been scary. And I just saying, I thought that was very interesting. There's so little news that actually happened today. It's kind of stupid. Like digging around looking for articles. I'm like, this is the best I can do for an article? You got to be kidding me right now. I almost just said it was just talk to chat and not care about anything that's coming out of the news, because what the hell? Oh, that's all I had. We're an hour and 20 minutes. We can talk to the chat for a little bit if you're interested, or it's probably one of the shortest shows you'll see. It's the beginning of when we first started doing this. That's exactly what we were doing. We were doing hour-long shows. Yeah. We really were. We were doing hour-long shows for the longest time, and this is only recently, within the last few months, did we actually start hitting 2 hours and then 3 hours. Susie says you did good on the pronunciation. This is Saskatchewan. Yeah. Awesome.
Saskatchewan.
Glad I could do something right.
Did I say that right? Is that...
I'm glad I could do something right. If there's any questions, anything else anybody else actually wants to talk about, let us know. Otherwise, we'll slowly move ourselves to the point of going away.
I have this little thingy here about this lady. Liz Truss is Boris Johnson in drag.
Oh, no.
And if you could see the thing there, it's the rainbow pride. Oh, I pledge to be an LGBTQ, an ally to the LGBTQ community. Oh, my God. Well, there you go. Another shitbag.
AmericaShirts. So, okay, I'll click around for a little bit, see if there's anything. There are 2 other people I wouldn't mind. You guys. Ask me to look into the hell. Holy crap. What in the world is chat doing? The kid had over 5,000 people watching him on Rumble. That's ridiculous.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Get him over there.
Someone needs to ruffle her hair. What? Come on, you guys. The opinions on my other post, Gaddafi's son is running for president of Libya. I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. I would almost think that would be probably a bad thing, to actually think that may potentially be. I really don't know. I really don't. That's disturbing. Disturbing to actually, even think of.
Oh, they're going to be really pissed off if that's true. Not the Libyans, but our deep statey people.
1878905. Why do you have a number at the end of it?
I don't know. It hasn't gotten the words there yet, I guess, but anywho's trying to find the stuff about the 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 special master. See if there's like any documents to look at. Can't really find anything. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not there. I'm just not seeing it. Oh, we could do this here. Let's
We just produce a bunch of dead air. It's okay. I like that logo much better. Good job, Shorter Cook. I like it.
Oh, what they did?
He took all the white out of it. There's a big, huge, long white underneath, and it was recentered, as you can see.
Ah.
Shorter Cook. I subscribe to shirts. There you go. Don't forget to hit mine while you're over there.
Hey.
All this stuff is actually there, and if anything ever happens here, that's where we'll be.
Go over there, people. Let's watch a little. You know.
This fuck.
I was sharing this around the social medias today.
We beat Farmer this year. We beat Farmer this year, and it mattered. We're going to change people's lives.
Quit shaking your stick everywhere.
Beat Farmer this year. We beat Farmer this year. We beat Farmer this year.
Oh my.
We beat Farmer this year.
Oh, hell no.
Oh my God. Talk about annoying.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
We beat Farmer this year. Get him out of here. Get out. Get him out of here.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I'm so glad that I actually
Get him out of here.
United Spot.
Get him out of here.
It is the United Spot. Make sure you check out the United Spot.
Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy.
You know, nah, I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say something about the happy birthday, Bart and Bella. Oh, we can sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You want to sing with me?
Do I want to sing with you?
Come on, sing with me. We'll sing happy birthday to you. Ready? On 2? On 3?
On 4?
On 4, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think the song is. We can sing happy birthday. We can sing happy birthday all we want. We just can't play the song happy birthday. You're going to join me for at least part of it? You're not going to make me sing the song by myself, right?
I mean...
He's like, Vicky. Good night, Vicky. Sleep well.
Oh, later, Vicky.
Have a good one. Jessica, I'll come on and sing with you. Oh, that's funny. Prepping, get a hold of me within the next day. or we can talk afterward or something. See if you're interested in doing something. He wanted to come in today if you were going to be late.
Ah.
So.
The grift is strong with this one. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, maybe a little not kidding, but whatever. A little bit of grifting is
I still think we should sing Happy Birthday. You should sing it with me. You don't have to sing on the same key. You can sing, we can do like a row your boat thing. No?
Row your boat thing?
I was kidding, but okay.
She was kidding, but okay. See, she's going to sing with me.
Right.
This is to Bart and Bella. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You got a cousin.
Happy birthday, Bart and Bella. Happy birthday to you.
He looks like a froggy, and he smells like one too. What? Oh, well, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back to doing homework. See y'all in the
Everybody
chat.
make sure you check out Jessica Reloaded.
She literally just came on for that.
She was doing homework. That's awesome. I'm glad that she did. There you go. If there's nothing else, everybody have a wonderful day. Make sure you check out AmericaShirtsAreFirst.com.
That is AmericaShirtsAreFirst.com, the most based shirts on the planet. All of my social media links on that site are now linked up, ready to rumble. Haha, get it? You should totally check me out on the Rumble. I have my new links that I've been throwing around there in the lovely chat there. I'll throw it up here one more time. And I have a new video coming out here. After this goes off, it should be loaded up and ready to go. So totally
nice.
Or thereabouts. I mean, it might be a little longer, but thereabouts. Just totally go check that out.
And of course, I am Koolfrogg. You can actually support me right now by going to buymeacoffee.com/Koolfrogg. If that doesn't work out for you, there is a PayPal link down below as well. Make sure you check out those locals and rumbles links for the both of us. The one that's actually down below here is probably the incorrect one, though I believe if you actually go to America Shirts and you still spell it out that way, you will still find him. We'll get the
website at the bottom. It's all linked.
Fixed. What's that?
It should be. You just go to the website. It should all be linked there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you should be able to still find it. All that being said, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Later, peeps. Happy Labor Day.
Let's see here. Let's do.
And I'm just sick of seeing him. I know he says he's going to retire. Someone needs to grab that little elf and chuck him across the Potomac.